Alright, in this next video, we're going to multiply trinomials. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Mr. Bauer, are you trying to kill me, man? Yes, I am. Next question. No more questions? Okay, let's move on then. Okay, so we got two trinomials. I'm going to show you three different ways how we can multiply these trinomials. Alright, so the first way is similar to FOIL. Now, FOIL per se doesn't work because that's first, outside, inside, last, and it only works with binomials. But we can follow a similar process here in that we can take this first number and multiply it times that one, and then take that first number and multiply it by the next one, and then take it and multiply it by the last one. So just make sure that this 3x squared gets distributed to all three of those. So 3x squared times x squared would be 3x to the fourth, right? We're adding the exponents because we're multiplying the two numbers. 3x squared times minus 2x would be minus 6x cubed, right? Because that's a little 1 there in case you forgot. So 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. And then 3x squared times 4 is plus 12x squared. And then we'll move on. Now the 4x needs to be distributed to everything. So 4x times x squared is plus 4x cubed. Alright, and then 4x times 2x. And so that's going to give us minus 8x squared, right? 4x times negative 2x. So 4 times 2 is 8. X times x is x squared. And then 4x times 4 is plus 16x. And then we do the negative 3. That's got to distribute to everything as well. So minus 3x squared. Negative 3 times minus 2x would be plus 6x. And then negative 3 times 4 is minus 12. Now this is actually my favorite way to do it because it's a little bit faster and it's a little bit easier for me. But like I say, you can do this a couple other ways, which I'll show you momentarily. So I've got 3x to the fourth. Now I've got some x to the third, so I've got a minus 6x to the third, a plus 4x to the third, and that's it. So that'll give me a minus 2x to the third. Alright, now we're going to put the squares together. So I got a plus 12x squared, I got a minus 8x squared, and a minus 3x squared. So 12 minus 8 is 4, minus 3 is 1. So I got my plus 1x squared. So now I put the x squareds together. Now I got the x's, plus 16x and plus 6x. So that's plus 22x. And then I got minus 12 at the end. And this is already in standard form. Yes! Okay, now, next way to do this, you can actually do it by distribution, just like we did with the last one. So if you want, you can distribute this whole thing to each of those terms. And so in other words, you're going to end up with x squared times 3x squared plus 4x minus 3. And then you're going to go minus 2x times 3x squared plus 4x minus 3. And then you're going to go plus 4 times 3x squared plus 4x minus 3. So you'll note that what I did is I just took this right here and I distributed it to the x squared. I distributed the whole thing to the minus 2x, and I distributed to the plus 4. Alright, now from that point you should just be able to distribute each of those. So we're going to have 3x to the fourth plus 4x to the third minus 3x squared. Now I'm going pretty quickly, so if this is too much for you, then just slow it down, rewind it, do what you need to. Negative 2x times plus 4x is minus 8x. Negative 2x times minus 3 is plus 6x. Then we got a plus 12x squared, a plus 16x, and then a minus 12. Now you'll note that these things are the same as those up there. These right here, they're the same terms, they're just in a different order. Okay, so I'm not going to finish it from there because it's going to give you the same thing. Alright, I'll show you what happens. Alright, so I just put in everything. I put each of the like terms together. I show you where everything comes from. Yeah, I recognize that in the first part, I'm sure most of you were going, Mr. Bauer, you made a mistake. Yes, I did make a mistake. This is it right here. I wrote minus 8x before. I fixed it to an 8x squared. That was the minus 2x that was being distributed to the 4x. Okay? Now, I know I'm running out of time, but let me show you how to do this using a grid, just like we did in the last one. And so we're going to take that first one and we're going to write it up at the top. So we're going to have 3x squared plus 4x minus 3. And so that's going to be along the top of my grid. And then along the side, I'm going to have x squared minus 2x, and then plus 4. Okay, drawing the grid lines in between each of the terms. And so I'm going to multiply 3x squared times x squared, which is 3x to the 4th. And now I'm going to go ahead and fill this in. Now you'll notice I just filled in all the rest of the boxes. So this 4x to the cube was just the x squared times the 4x, x squared times negative 3. And these terms, again, are exactly the same terms as we have right here. Oops, I just deleted it. And the same as the terms that we have right here. And so you'll just put those together. You'll write them out just like we did in the previous one. Write them out just like this. You'll go 3x to the 4th plus 4x to the 3rd, on and on and on, and you'll get all of them and simplify, and you should get exactly the same thing. Cheers.